It's Bill Bilkey. What we're going to do now is talk a little bit about the CARES Act, where the money's coming, how it can be used, how it can be applied to BenQ products, and then there's a video on some of the ways it can be applied, a sample demo that we've done. It'll wrap it up. So for the CARES Act, there's $2.2 trillion for the CARES Act, which stands for the Coronavirus Relief and Economic Securities Act. So of that 2.2 trillion, $43.7 billion of it is for education, which represents about 2%. Of the education, of the $43.7 billion for education, you've got $30.5 billion for the education stabilization funds. And how that's broken out is 13.5 of that goes to the elementary schools, is emergency relief fund, ESSER. 14 billion goes to the higher ed relief fund, of which 6 billion is available for building expenditures. And the remaining 3 billion of that 30.5 billion is for the governor's emergency relief funds, GEER, and they have flexibility on how to use it. So that so we've got 100 billion more to this because we needs to add to 43.7 is for the protect, serve, to serve and supplement the clean schools. And then we've got 69 billion for distance learning and mental health. And then there's the BIA funds, which I left the number off of there. But that all adds up to the 43 billion. There's 25 billion for agricultural fund, which is for smaller rural districts for rural distance learning. And money can be applied towards training and professional learning and sanitation, education technologies for students to learn remotely via one-to-one, whatever buzz term you want to use, virtual learning, remote learning, distance learning, use your favorite buzzword. And also goes towards summer and after school learning, which is hybrid learning. So how can BenQ help you with this? As far as your online learning, virtual learning, educational technology integration, we've got EasyWrite Live, which is a web-based software. Anybody with a panel with a login is able to use this software. And over the web, you can do shared cloud whiteboarding with your students. And you'll be able to pull them aside and do one-on-one training with them. Our panels also have a record function here, which you can record everything you say and do in your lesson, whether you're in a classroom. And then you can save that because you're also, you log in for cloud integration to your Google Drive, Microsoft OneDrive, Dropbox, Moodle, however you want to save the lesson. So you can go into school and make a lesson, or if you can't get into school because things are real bad, you can use our EasyWrite Live software. The record function, you can record the lesson. You can also do video conferencing. So students, let's say you go with a hybrid solution, and maybe half the kids are in school Monday, Wednesday, and the other half are in there Tuesday, Thursday to keep the social distancing. You can teach your lesson to those in class, and the remote learners can either watch the recording or they can join the session live. Because for video conferencing, we can use WebEX, Meet, GotoMeeting, Bliss, Google Hangouts, Meet, Microsoft Meets, whatever one's best. You can load that app right onto the board. All you need is a video conferencing camera, and you can record a lesson or do it live with remote users. And we're going to show a demo of that at the end. As far as reducing the spread of infectious diseases, BenQ has the only bacterial screen on the market that's TUV certified to prevent 99.97% of the bacteria from spreading. We're also working on SSI certification, which is either Japanese or German, which is the highest level, just to emphasize the point of what we're doing, and we're the only ones that do that. There's also a video that Chris Martin did, another one of my YouTube videos that talks about best practices to keep the board clean. And that might be a good video for you to watch as well. We also have X signs, so you can send out a message to all the panels in the district remotely, and they can connect to each other. You see some of my videos, you'll see some training on there for remote training. We do online webinars, and we can come in and do train the trainer trainings. So you have some money to go towards trainings, and we can do that. Another thing, besides the record feature where you can record anything, I'm just going to go to a very different background here. So this could be as easy as writing on a chalkboard. Let's see that, might not translate to text. It did, okay. So I can spread it out. I can also erase just to show you a couple things. It could be as easy as working on like a chalkboard for some of your less technological teachers. But let me go to another page, put it to white background. So if I hit on this broadcast, I could do a live broadcast to all the students. So this QR code comes up. Even if you're remotely watching it via video conferencing, you can pull up that QR code and join the cloud whiteboarding session remotely. It's a unique feature for us. I think Google Jamboard has it as well. Or you could go right to this website and follow along. And then it lasts for about 90 minutes after the lesson's over, and you can save it. So you won't be able to click on this QR code now because it'll be more than 90 minutes since they closed the session. So the Amazon Web Services will only hold it for 90 minutes. But the record feature will let me record the whole lesson for lesson capture. So those are some various ways that BenQ can help you with these CARES Act funds, the funds that are available. And now we're going to go to a video that's going to show you how we did a sample demo for a potential school district. Thank you very much.
All right, so here we are with the BenQ board. This is our RP series. The way we got it set up right now is that we're actually broadcasting over the web with one of our apps. It's GoToMeeting. And if I open my app tray here, you can see we have several different options because this is an open platform Android that you can have any type of Android app that also includes online classroom or remote learning. So what it comes with is something called Bliss that's integrated directly into the board, but you don't have to use that. We also have Zoom, WebEX, Teams, Skype for Business, Personal Skype. It's all available to be put on your boards depending on what you want for your personal district or your classroom. So each teacher can actually change each board for whichever of those services is most comfortable for them. So once we've already set up like we are now, so you can see that I have my camera plugged in. It's just a basic USB camera that can work with our boards. Any Android compatible USB camera works perfectly, not a problem. And it integrates with all of the different type of apps that we have. So now that we have that up, we have our live stream running, as you can see. One thing that BenQ board has that really sets us apart is we have something called Insta Share. So with Insta Share, you're able on that other window to actually see the board instead of just from the camera. So let's say a teacher doesn't have a camera because they're all sold out. Not a problem. We can still connect to that virtual meeting, virtual classroom, and then share our screen through Insta Share to each student. So you can see that I have my PC connected right here, and I'm screen mirroring that out back to you guys. So everything that I do on the board, opening settings, opening app tray, you can see everything is happening in real time on the other window there. So what's great about that is now I get to actually go into our EasyWrite program and send this information to you guys. So if I take my pen, I can write whatever I want and it comes up on your screen nice and big so you can see it very legibly. So what's great about this is now I'm sending you my screen to your screen. Now I'm going to invite you back over to my screen. So here on the bottom, I'm going to hit invite. And so with this simple QR code, you can take your phone, you can take a tablet, you can also get on the website URL, it's the easywrite.benq.com. Enter the room ID, which is the room that I just created, and now we can all have a collaboration session. This is completely outside of anything else that's going on, but because we're using kind of the ecosystem of a classroom, a virtual classroom, and I'm sharing my screen, now we can also join those screens all together with one canvas that we can all write on together. So
also I can join as another teacher. So let's say there's a teacher that's an expert on a subject matter, they can join board to board as well. So I'm going to join over here on this panel, and I'm also joined on my phone.
Absolutely.
Now you see my background changed, and now you can see what Ryan wrote on there.
There we go. You can see it, and I also have my phone enabled just by simply scanning the QR code. So let's close it out. And so right now, I'm going to write a very basic problem. 2 + 2 equals, all right, so all the students can see this, of course. But if you look after you've joined, you cannot write on the board because all of your tools are opaque. I can actually give you control to write on the board just by simply coming over here, tapping the button, and hit co-creation. So from there, you can see that it's changed into collaboration mode. And from here, Bill's actually going to answer the question remotely. So it's not going to be on me to answer the question. He can actually go up to his board or his phone or tablet or any device, and you can see, answer the question very quickly, very easily, and now everybody else can see it.
So that was on my phone, sorry. But I could have also done it here as well, just so, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Anybody that's connected, you went ahead and circled it. You can do all kinds of stuff with this. From here, you can change to different type of pins. You can change your colors. Also, whenever you connect via mobile device, you can take your mobile device and send pictures or videos to the actual board itself for more collaboration. And the teacher always has full control because the collaboration mode can be turned on and off from broadcast to co-creation at any moment. Let's see here. Let's see what it looks like whenever I send a quick little picture to the board. Oh, looks like Bill's doing it. Take a quick picture. Now I'm going to send a picture and send it right up to the board.
And you can see my name under the picture I put up.
Yep. And I have a little, this is our Plano office. Drag it, move it over there. I can take a hold of Bill's and we can move it around. So you can see that it's a full-on, hands-on interactive remote learning session that we're starting here. So Bill's way up near Chicago, I'm near Dallas. We're all doing this over the web right now live. This has not been pre-recorded. But the great thing about that is, let's say I need to record this session for some students that are not with us. So built into EasyWrite, we have our record feature. Once I tap that, the top right hand shows me that it's recording. And what's great on top of great is that we can take this now, and I'm going to exit out of EasyWrite. As you can see, it's still recording, and it's going to show the classroom. It's going to record the classroom for whatever I'm doing on the board. So if I go into Chrome, and now I'm going to continue with Pythagorean theorem on a Google Chrome. So you can actually go in, change all of these answers, you know, hit calculate, and it's going to actually give you the values of whatever you need for the Pythagorean theorem that you're working on. So you can see that I continue my classroom even outside of EasyWrite. It continually follows you recording. Also, I'm sending it over the web for you to easily view with the Insta Share application that's built into the board. So you can see that this is a very quick, easy way to get your remote learning and all of your online classrooms for your teachers. It's a very, very basic setup. Even with these type of setups, we'll offer training. We'll do a train the trainer session, which can put the tools in your hands, and then we'll teach you how to use those tools to best suit your classroom environment. So as you can see, it's a really quick, just a couple minutes. We're just showing you how easy this is to link up your BenQ board with any of these online services. Zoom, it's very popular right now, even WebEX, Skype, GotoMeeting, Bliss, all these guys are available to be used on our board for distance learning and the education integration that is all available to you right now. Is once we finish recording an EasyWrite, I'm going to hit stop there. It shows me where it gets saved. So another thing we can do is, let's say you have a limit on, you're using some free software and it only lets you have 5-10 students on the board or connected to your meeting. Like Zoom, for instance, sometimes there's only 5 that are available, sometimes whoever, wherever. I just recorded my session. Now, guess what? I'm logged into this board, so it looks a little bit different than normal. I already came logged in. And it has my name in the bottom left-hand corner. What's great about this is now that I have my recording, I'm going to go into AMS, and I'm going to transfer something. So you can see the local device. I can actually transfer any of these files up here to where it says Google Drive, Dropbox, or OneDrive. So you can see that it just takes a couple little taps for me to get into my drive. So also from this, I can save my recordings up to it. Also, I can pull things down from our drives to teach immediately. I don't have to go to my PC, open a file, close the screen share, open up PowerPoint all the way. I can do it directly from the board because of the AMS integration with Google Dropbox and OneDrive. Very quick and easy to get to all of your files. So with that, what were you going to say, Bill?
Well, I was going to say, yeah, if you could show how to save it to the Google Drive, Dropbox, or OneDrive, or shared drive for the class. And then the other thing would be, maybe some of the teachers are going in every other day for spacing, or sharing a panel. We've got the TUV certification for ours to be antibacterial with the non-toxic ionic silver coating. It's the only one on the market that has that. And we're looking at SSI certification. So, as far as your prevention of infectious diseases, we feel like we meet that there. Training and development, we can do online webinars. Yeah. We can come on and do a train the trainer. We've got videos here on my YouTube page. I've got training videos, and I'm sure BenQ has some other how-to training videos, so we can help with that aspect of it. It's obviously educational technology, which can be used for both distance learning and in the classroom or hybrid learning. Your virtual instruction, online learning, whatever you want to call it. Did you go over the EasyWrite Live?
Oh yeah, so we do have EasyWrite Live, which is separate from the board. So let's say a teacher cannot get to the board for whatever reason, and so they not go into the classroom whenever that resumes, whenever that might be. There's EasyWrite Live, which is basically the exact same thing as what EasyWrite HEER does. It has all the same features. You can invite people to your room the same way, just with a slightly different URL. EasyWrite Live works just on a browser. It doesn't integrate with the board right now because it's it's extra remote. So let's say if someone's extra remote, they can invite up to 5 different students to their room. But what EasyWrite Live has that this doesn't is that you can ask to turn the students to turn on their webcam, so you can see what they're doing, and so you can actually have face-to-face interaction. Since we haven't had that for so long. But yeah, you can actually turn that on so the students can see your face as a teacher. They can see each other and see what's going on. And you can also make sure that they're fully engaged with the lesson that's happening. And then from there, you can still have the same type of integration with any type of Zoom or WebEX, where you can still share your screen and they can tab over to the EasyWrite software. So at the end of the day, it's going to be the same experience from the student side, just a little bit different from the teacher setup, a very tiny difference, but the students are going to be getting the same end of the day session like what we're doing right now. It's going to be essentially exactly the same. And so from there, you can have the days where you record and then you send them out different lessons to finish and then upload back to the cloud or upload to whatever teaching service that your school uses. Yeah, so we have a solution if you have a board, we have a solution if you don't have a board, either way. And all of that is free. It comes with the price of the board. You don't have to pay anything extra. All of those apps that I showed you, all the Zoom, blah, 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 all that, you can install for free on all of your boards. You can log in for free with your own personal account or your school account on the board. just so you can be sure that you don't have to worry about any licensing expiring while you're trying to do a lesson plan, which is a huge, huge bummer. If you're ready to go and then you have to call IT to get your license renewed, pay $50 for this month, don't worry about any of that. So everything I'm showing you right now comes with BenQ. So it's a great option. I personally think it's the best option for remote learning right now.
So even, you know, for example, in Chicago, where we have a snow day and the teachers can't get in, we'll have an e-learning day. And as long as you've got one BenQ panel in the district and you've got a username and login, you can just log into your laptop with that and do a session that way and record it and send it to the students, or some students could join it live. So whether the teacher can get into the school or not, we're flexible enough to help you either way.
Yeah, exactly. And also there's all kinds of different remote managements. So even if IT's not there and something's going on with the Wi-Fi, you're not sure what's going on with Easy Write, you can't change the color, you still haven't learned it all the way. What's great is that there's always remote support that's available for the board, so you're not on your own, even though you might be the only one at the school. You can still just hop on the phone, call your technology manager. They can remotely take over the board, fix whatever is going on, and then you can still continue on without having a lot of downtime for your classroom, which is a gigantic bonus from my part. Coming from a school as the technology manager, I don't have to walk across campus to go help you out. So it's just a wonderful option for teachers, for students, for IT managers, and for your budget, because of course you're not having to buy extra things for the board.
Yeah. And that would be using TeamViewer for the people that are familiar with it. And you can TeamViewer into the board or the laptop to support you.
Exactly. Even if you're at home, download a simple app for TeamViewer. They can remote into your PC and take that over, get you on your way. So no students are sitting there losing interest on your class. You're ready to go whenever. So it's great. So this is an awesome solution, I believe, for any type of classroom that's out there, whether that be math, science, sport, any type of sporting event, hockey, anybody can make full use of what we're providing for you. So it's how I really actually feel.
And then as far as, you know, coordinating the response efforts of eligible entities, another thing we have on our panels, and I have a whole separate video on it, would be XSign, which you can send a message, a live broadcast message, YouTube video, daily announcements, that type of thing, you know, broadcast messages such as, you know, no school tomorrow, snow day, that type of thing, to all the panels. So, you know, I've got a different video on that. So I think this pretty much wraps it up as far as, you know, how we can meet your needs for the CARES Act funds that are out there. Earlier, I talked about, you know, how much CARES Act funding there is. I just want to make sure you guys utilize yours, and I wanted to make sure you could see how we could use it. And Ryan, as a former teacher and tech director, you know, was able to give us a great sample of what it would look like from the teacher's end. So appreciate your help, Ryan.
No problem.